Are we? Is it up now?
We are. I don't know why you're not talking in dead air.
Because
You
it's not on
dumbass.
YouTube.
It
It's not
doesn't
on
matter.
YouTube there.
There's a delay. Jesus, some professional.
Welcome to the Life Around. Shut up. Every episode. Shut up.
He's so dumb, Drew. How do we do this?
Life Around 40 podcast, episode 15. This was bad, but a lot better than episode 14's. So, how's everybody doing this week?
We're doing great.
Stellar.
Well, I'm great. Taylor, on the other hand.
Yeah, Taylor, you want to tell us why you're not stellar?
Oh, I'm sleepy. It's probably just a confluence of a few different things. I tweaked my ankle yesterday, and that was all sorts of fun. But like, I went to pivot going down an incline. I was pushing a dolly, and I went to pivot because at the end of this little ramp that curved, I had to go down just a few stairs, but I went from dragging it behind me to trying to push it in front of me, and as I did so, there's like a little bit of a different platform height, and completely just, I don't know how I stepped in, like the front part of my ankle went and jerked out, and like the dude that was like following behind me, it's like, damn, you okay? I'm like, not really, but it is what it is. So I did that. And then last week, I think around Thursday, I think it's Thursday or Friday, my ear was bothering me a good deal. Something that's not really happens very frequently, but it was like really strange, where just you could like feel the vibration.
Oh.
Anytime I talked, I could feel it in my bad ear, and it was just really unsettling. So,
well, welcome to Life Around 40.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It has
Exactly.
happened.
It has happened. So,
on horrible news from my side, I was forced to get into my new electric vehicle for work.
Yeah, how's that?
It sucks. I mean, it's an electric vehicle. This one has a sound to it. So, like, you know what? You know why they do it? So people hear me coming. That's why it's there. So it sounds like a fake, like, rocket ship. And yeah, I already have to charge it after 2 days. I got to stop and charge it for like an hour. So
do you have a plug in your house yet?
So I gotta finish. I'm gonna try to bang it out this week. Now that it's not 100 degrees in Houston, we're gonna get to work, because I don't want to be driving everywhere to go do this. But
I don't blame you at all.
And any good news happened? I got to shoot with my buddy Drell. Let me use his Canon C70 for the weekend, and I want that toy. That's a fun toy.
I'm sure.
What about you, Burns?
I'm in my final week of my 2 weeks notice from my job. Getting ready to switch over to a different job. So just pushing myself through that. So that's been the biggest thing right there. I have a recommendation for you guys. I don't know if you'll like it or not. I think I've talked before in the past about, like, some of my favorite movies and like TV series are based on revenge and how much I like revenge storylines. There's a show on Netflix called The Glory. It's a Korean show. We watched it dubbed, and it wasn't terrible. The voices do not match up, but you get kind of used to it. And it's about this woman who is horrendously bullied in school. Like,
Okay.
this group of people were like burning her with curling irons and like a clothing iron on her legs and arms and stuff. And it's about her spending pretty much 30 years setting up a plan to destroy their lives.
Ooh, the long game.
And it's pretty good payoff. Oh yeah, it's very good. So it was a very good show. Brittany and I watched it. I recommend it. It was one of those, once we started it, we were up to like midnight, 1 o'clock every night, trying to get one more episode in.
Oh man.
Kind of deal. And I think it's 16 episodes. It was a very good show. So
Okay.
that's been about it.
who likes murder, mayhem.
There was plenty of that in all of it. So,
the Wing Feather Saga Season 3. First couple episodes are out on Angel Studios. I'll be excited to watch that this weekend.
Oh, there you go. Wait, what was it called?
The Wing Feather Saga.
What's it about?
Wing feathers? I don't know.
This is incredible content.
Thank you.
I don't see it anywhere on here, Drew.
Seriously? Did it? It's back to unlisted? Hang on. It went back to unlisted, too. All right, we're going to start over.
Episode 15 tonight. Should be a pretty good, fun episode. Well, knowing our themes for tonight, I don't know how fun it's going to be.
It's going to be great.
But it should still be a good time. So, how's everybody's week been? How's everybody feeling?
Let me give you a quick recap. I got to shoot with a Canon C70 for my buddy Jarrell. Amazing camera. I want to buy one now. And I got an EV from work, and I now hate my work life of driving.
So, again, tell us, what noise does it make, Drew? Your new EV?
So you start driving, it's like, ah. And it's just sad. What it is, the car is sad because it's an EV, and it doesn't take gas.
So our buddy Jared, he has an electric car. He has a totally just launched out of my brain what it's called, but he can custom. Yes. He can custom set those sounds, and what it comes from in the factory is, I guess, all the noises factory default are like nature sounds, and the noise it makes when it's running, so people know it's there, sounds like a waterfall. To me, I think it sounds like a jet taking off. It's like the whole time. I was like, that's a waterfall? All right. So
you remember South Park, the movie? Wall. Huh, sounds like a dying giraffe. That'd be a great sound for that to make.
It would be. So, Taylor, you wanna tell us why we couldn't live stream last night?
Oh, wow. Yeah. It is my fault, I guess. So, I mean, nothing too major, but I tweaked my ankle a little bit yesterday, and I was a very tired boy, and I knew I had to go to work early today, so I wanted to get rest, but I just kind of was taking the dolly down an incline, or I guess in this case a decline, and went to pivot to push it instead of pull it, and stepped awkwardly, and person behind me thought I might have broke my ankle, but I didn't. So that's and I was like, I tried to be fine with it, and then about like 7:15 or whenever I texted you guys last night, I'm like, I'm really tired. I'm going to bed. I'm
Which I don't
sleepy.
blame you. The same thing happened to Brittany. She was walking the dog one time and stepped awkwardly off a curb and actually broke her foot.
Nope.
So I was like, I don't know how you did that, hon. She's like, honestly, I don't either. She's like, I literally stepped wrong off of a curb.
Yeah.
So,
My grandmother slipped on ice, broke her ankle, and then she had a blood clot that killed her. Is anything like this story?
thanks for just dragging that.
Give it a couple days. Maybe this will be the last one. So,
Yep.
So what we're expecting is a significant improvement in the Life Around 40 podcast in a couple days.
Oh yeah, that, or to reference was it last week or something? Wait till you get my handwritten letter, Drew. So.
Yeah.
We'll know then. Oh god.
You gotta hope I go to the mailbox first.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Take that handwritten letter. Just take a picture of it and email it to him. He'll get it.
That's the best way to send a handwritten letter. Scan it.
Through the email.
Oh, you know who's got a fax machine? I'll fax it over to you.
It just faxes.
Yeah, there you go. The good old.
When's
fax.
the last time you sent a fax? I mean, I've done it for work many times, but it's been a long
I don't know.
time.
6 years ago. I mean, it used to be like that was for certain legal documents. That was the only way to do it.
Yes.
But I think everybody's kind of over that charade now. Let me just punch in random numbers on this keypad and hope you get this employee social security number.
All this stuff. Hey, can you call back and confirm you received it? And some guy in Mexico didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Oh. Oh, you said a 6, not a 7. 6, 7.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I think we're going to go and wrap it up there. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Job is done.
It is over. All right, well, do we want to get into a topic today? God, look at him as he
Sure. I mean, nobody asked me about my week. It's fine.
How's
Nobody
your
cares.
fucking week? Yeah,
Apparently.
he quit his job. No,
Don't give.
It's fine. It's fine.
No.
Let's get into the topic.
You don't need it. Yeah.
Technically, we already did ask you.
That is true.
It does seem like things move a little bit smoother when we screw it up first, and then
Then things get a little better.
take two.
No, as I was saying before the massive failure that nobody's ever going to see, thank God. Brittany and I were watching a show on Netflix called The Glory. It's one of my favorite storylines, which is revenge. It's about a girl who is bullied pretty severely in high school. And a warning, it's pretty brutal imagery in the beginning. They burn her with curling irons and beat her up real bad and burn her with like clothing irons and stuff. Pretty much ruin her high school
As
life.
one does. As one does.
And they pretty much show it all too in the show. And she spends the next 30-something years plotting to destroy all of their lives. And she does it, and it's very good. So I highly recommend it. It's Korean, so be ready to either read subtitles or watch a dub where the words do not match up to the voice. But you get kind of used to it. 16 episodes, highly recommended. We both loved it. So we were up till about 1 or 2, midnight, 1 o'clock, most nights trying to finish it. So it's one of those one more episode kind of shows. It was very good. So I definitely recommend that.
My wife is never down for one more episode. It's always
She's ready for bed, huh?
It's bedtime. Come on, we'll finish it tomorrow. Or the movie's not over, and she's like, "Oh, we'll finish it tomorrow." It's like, I won't be able.
I cannot
to
do that.
sleep.
I can't do it. I cannot stop movies in the middle and start them again. It drives me nuts. I have to finish. Either I'm going to finish the movie or we're going to stop it and I'm not going to finish it. That's just all there is to it.
The joke is she has possum powers. She was bit by a possum at a young age, and now she's like, I'm going to go to sleep. It's gone.
I've known Brittany to fall asleep during many a movie and show while we were watching it. So normally,
you're a trooper. You just plow right through, don't you?
No, I do not. I'm a nice husband because we'll be watching, and all of a sudden I hear cut in next to me of her snoring, and I'm like, all right, couldn't stop it for tonight.
Man, you're a good man.
What? You do snore when you're watching TV. You don't snore when you sleep in the bed, though.
But you can sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
It's a comfy couch.
It's okay. I've slept on it and I don't love it. I'd rather just sleep in the recliner, honestly. Just it goes pretty flat. Just sleep in that. So
good call.
All right, I think we're at a good point then. Let's go ahead and roll into our topics and make the rest of this episode incredibly depressing. So
I don't know why it's depressing. It's more
wow, why would it be depressing?
Fearful?
All right. Well, it's kind of a downer topic. I'm not saying it's
people's
fears. Yeah, we're discussing fears.
It's hilarious.
Okay. All right, Drew, go ahead and run us into it, bud.
All right. Well, one of my biggest fears is heights and falling from those heights. I mean, I'm a big guy. Gravity's not really my friend here. It all started at a young age. My buddies and I built a zip line out of a tree. And so, you climb up said tree. You're ready for, your buddy goes, it looks like so much fun. You're like, yes, it's my turn. And so I grab those bike handlebars and I start going down and they twist. And then the grip just came off with my hand. And then I don't know what humans could flip over and to still hold themselves up, but I didn't. I crashed into Mother Earth. She's an unforgiving Earth, and
she is.
Her embrace wasn't that warm and cuddly.
Yeah, and pretty much since then, heights are not my thing. Electrical shock, spiders, who cares? Just smash them to bits. But yeah, heights. I did jump off a rock face once into water. And a little kid, it took me a long time. It wasn't like it was, I'm a man and I jumped. No, I was up there shaking, quivering. This little kid just pretends like he's going to push me, and I threatened a child in front of his dad.
I would too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no,
I'd be the same way.
It would not be funny, young man. And I would drown him for his
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So, but that's my biggest fear of.
How far was that drop from not the rock face jump? Yeah, the tree.
I mean, it had to be.
And did you break anything?
No. It had to be 10 feet.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to denigrate it or anything.
Hanging, right? So for my feet, 5 feet. I mean, I've jumped that on purpose, but this was not.
Yeah, but when you're a kid,
prepared. Yeah,
no, I get you.
It fell on uneven ground with tree roots. I mean, it could have been way worse, but it just from that point on, it was just it did hurt. It hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But I've been on ladders on the roofs of buildings, and the higher you climb, you're like, if this ladder topples, I could go over that edge. And so there's been times I've just nope, someone else gonna have to do this. I don't get paid enough for this, especially back as an electrician. I did not get paid enough to risk my life.
Oh yeah, no.
That's because I know Graham and I briefly talked about it because my balance is trash, so it's kind of don't necessarily it's fearful. It's more of just I just know my balance is trash, so it's I remember as a kid. I don't even remember where we were at. We were in this kind of neighborhood, not quite an apartment complex, but maybe a condo place or so. I don't remember, but there was a main building that had stairs and a back balcony that was a story and a half up above the ground that kind of sloped down. And I remember whatever reason, I got it through my noggin. I think I was probably about 10 years old or something. I was like, I'm going to do it. Took a running jump off of the balcony on and just kind of sailed through. I loved it. It was fun. And then kind of tumbled and rolled through and stuff. But but if it's on a platform or something, it's just, I don't know if I get fearful I just get really like, my balance ain't really good. So
Yeah, uneasy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good for you.
That's I would have to say my biggest one, which I've gotten better at getting over, is heights as well. I used to hate heights, especially when I was younger and a kid. And like you, Drew, I was down in Mexico for our honeymoon, and they had one of those cenotes where it's that big giant like pond or lake that's underground, and you can go. It's opened. I remember going down, and they had another spot platform where you could jump down into the cenote, and it was not very high. But I stood there for probably like 10 minutes. And Brady's like, I think she had gone like 3 times. She's like, come on. And I'm like, But I think mine might stem from, I can't really put an exact finger on when it started. But I remember being in elementary school, and we had seesaws on our playground. And I was on one end, and I can't remember exactly how it happened. I don't know if a couple kids got on the other end and like jumped. But anyways, when they did it, it shot me up in the air. And when I came back down, the front of my coat caught on the edge of the seesaw while I was still up. And I hung there and couldn't get down until they let me down. And of course, because they're kids, they sat there and laughed at me for a while until the teacher came over and got me down. Oof. So I think that might have been part of it. Just kind of that bad experience with that. But I also hate the feeling. Like when you're on a roller coaster and you can feel your stomach flip. I hate that.
The zero G feeling.
Yes, I hate that feeling so much. That's, I think, part of it is because I know if I fall from heights, I'm going to feel that. And but working in ladders and lifts and stuff, boom lifts and stuff, helped me get over a lot of that. There was one time, speaking of work, Drew, that I wanted to kill you when you and I were working together. Imagine this. Yeah. This was the job site that I almost got into a fight with the guy, and you had to pull me away. This was OSU. I can't remember what building, but we were in a garage. It was like a big dock garage that had garage doors. And we were running a cable up through the garage ceiling up into the upper level. And there was a single pipe sticking down from the ceiling. And it was pretty high up. And it was a 10-foot or a 12-foot ladder we had set up, and it was in the very middle of the room, so there was no walls or anything anywhere around. And you wanted a conduit coupling on it, the end of it. And you're like, go up the ladder and put this conduit coupling on it. And I was like, excuse me? And you're like, yeah, just go up and just tighten it on. And I was like, okay. And I was getting stuff ready, and you're like, I got to run to the truck and get something. So you left. And I'm standing there by myself. I'm like, are you shitting me? I get to the very top of this ladder, and I'm still too far down. I had to stand on the very top of the ladder, which you're not supposed to do at all, and stretch onto my tippy toes to reach it and screw that coupling on. And it was terrifying. I wanted to kill you when you came back.
Well,
I was going to stab you to
I wouldn't have been that upset. Here's the
because
real
I was young. I was young, and I was trying to earn my place there because I was pretty new.
To put that on there, was your shirt coming up and exposing your
most likely. Most likely. Very likely.
I was wearing the medium.
No, I was not, luckily. But speaking of that, there was one time I was on a job site, and I had put on some weight recently. And I'm standing on this ladder, and I'm reaching up, and my shirt came up a little bit. And one of our old coworkers, Drew knows him, Joel, was with me, and he was standing on the ground below me, and my shirt came up, and he goes, what happened here? He looks like a tiger got you. I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, it looks like a tiger like clawed you or something. I was like, Joel, those are stretch marks, dude. Thanks. I was like, I appreciate that. I was like, that's because I got fat, dumbass. He's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. That dude was, I love Joel to death. He's a great guy, but some of the stuff that's coming out of his mouth working with him, I'm like, one of my favorites is, go ahead.
Should have stuck with the tiger story, man. Like,
yeah, I got in the fucking tiger.
Zoo.
Got me good. There was one time down at Marinova, which are these super high-end condos. Like the Lazarus family, JCPenney family were living there. Like the kids of their family had these insanely expensive apartments there. And they had a menorah sitting out. and they had all but the very last lamp lit on it for Hanukkah. And Joel walks in right up to it. He goes, "Oh, I see the problem here. This was not screwed in tight enough," and just screwed it right in. And if this tells you anything, they had a concierge desk that took care of stuff for them, would go shopping for them and stuff. And he came over. We saw him all the time, and we were on good terms with him. He came over to get screwed. He goes, "Nope, that's not what we're doing yet." I had to explain to him what it was. I was like, "You're an idiot, Joel." I love that dude. The dude's hilarious. But I would say heights and spiders when I was a kid. Spiders for sure. And I got over that pretty well just because you grow up and you realize, A, they're super small. I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, they're tiny. And B,
but what if they're about the size of your hand?
I don't live in a place where they're the size of my hand, so it's fine. If I did, it'd probably be a different story. But I don't live there. But the other thing too is they're infinitely more afraid of you than you are of them. So if you think you're afraid of it, I can only imagine what that spider's thinking when you walk up to it. You know what I mean? So
holy shit! You know,
yeah, get me out of here.
Dude's huge.
So my dad had a rule, and I keep the same rule now. Whereas if I see a spider somewhere like up in a corner, as long as it doesn't leave, him and I are cool. Like, you can stay in your corner, buddy. The second you leave the corner, you're fair game. You come out of your corner and I run across you, you're fair game.
So we suffered from some moths in the pantry because kids don't like to close any bag. And I go in there a couple weeks ago and like they're pretty much all gone here. I see like one occasionally, but that's probably just from outside. And I see this pretty good spider web in the pantry, and I'm like, you can stay. It's like, you have at it.
You're fine.
Yep.
He's not gonna eat your cereal.
No, he's on the shelf above the cereal, like where the flour was, because that's, man, I tell you what, you seal a bag as best you can. Those little bastards get right in there. So yeah, you want to stay on that aisle? You go for it, pal. You're good. Do your job.
Yeah, you'll take care of them.
Yeah, they don't want my grain. No, they want to feast. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's still there now, but we're friends.
So, how about you, Taylor?
I thought about this. I have like really weird things. When Drew was like the stupid ones, I have the stupid ones. So, like, it's not so much a fear, but it's a disgust. I had to look it up. It's called trypophobia.
Oh, I know trypophobia.
Yeah, so it's more sort of disgust, like it's a repulsion towards it, but it's like, it's like a fear of clusters of like small holes, kind of like a honeycomb or a sponge or something like that. It's just really repulsive to me. I find it really disgusting.
That's really? I get that, honestly. I really get that. It's like a lotus pod. Really close up is a really great example of that. And what people were doing there for a while, because I remember this, they were taking lotus pod images and they were merging it with like human flesh, so it looked like the holes were in the flesh. And I think it kind of became a meme at that point
for a little bit. Yeah,
I remember seeing that, and it was disgusting. So
yeah, because then you get the little things within the holes. It just kind of Yes, I think if I remember correctly, what they speculated might be is like some sort of evolutionary track of people who had an aversion towards disease as a way to kind of keep away from disease and be like, oh yeah, that's
well, and
got a little bit of schmutz.
I think it's kind of the same thing with the uncanny valley in a sense, or not the uncanny valley, my bad. Well, kind of in a sense. Anything that resembles a corpse usually incites some primal fear in humans, because it's an evolutionary trait to stay away from dead things because you can get sick from it.
So less fear, more just a repulsion, just like that's why I'm not a big fan of horror so much, and I like the thing, but like body
gets to you a little.
Yeah, well, it's just I just don't like it. I think part of that's just from the ear, but I just don't really like it. So that's one. That's the one that always comes to mind for me, is like something like that. Like, yeah, the heights thing, it's less a fear. I mean, probably as a kid I had a little bit more, but in the same hand, I would just kind of, if I had to run across a train track that was 40, 50 feet up in the air, and it didn't bother me so much. It's like, nope, I need to get across. So,
yeah,
and that'll actually come up in the second thing that we got. But like, yeah, I don't. So that's probably the top one that comes to mind for me. I've got a couple others, but
oh well, this isn't my fear, but so I it was Father's Day many moons ago, and on Sunday, growing up, my dad and I would go play golf with his friends Benny and Billy, and we had some great times. And Dad pulled his back, and this is when I learned that my dad doesn't like doctors, and he's a big pussy. So we go to the doctor, and they're like, we're going first. We're trying to drive to the golf course. I had to bring him a milk jug the night before because he couldn't get up to piss in the toilet. I was like, Dad, there's milk in it. He's like, well, empty it. I was like, all right, I'll pour some milk. Oh, God. Here's a milk jug, right? So good morning. He's like, all right, well, let's go to the golf course. We're driving. I'm like, dude, I'm just taking him straight to the hospital. Like, this isn't good. So we take him in there, and they're like, yeah, man, your back's messed up. We got to give you a shot. And I remember they're laying him down on a table, and he is losing it, man, like losing it. It's like watching a child throw a temper tantrum, right? He's like, sir, we're just using the swab. We're just, cleaning the area, He's just, oh my God, it hurts, right? I'm in the chair, I'm dying, dude. I'm laughing out loud. I'm like, ah, you sissy. And he's like, you wait, Ember, you wait. I'm going to get up and I'm going to kick your ass. And blah. So, I mean, he's not being serious, but I have staff coming up to me like, hey, can you come with us? And I'm sure they're like, do we need to be concerned about this? Like, that guy, no. I was like,
no, he just doesn't like doctors and needles.
But yeah, first time I've ever had to have hospital staff ask me if it was okay. Like, could I go home with him? Like, yeah, he's fine. He can't hurt me.
I sat next to a guy one time on a blood draw. I used to have a little bit of a fear of needles and like getting IVs and stuff. Yeah, you get over that real fast during the transplant. You have more needles than you. I mean, my God. But I remember one time I was getting a blood draw for some testing. This was down in Nashville still. And I'm sitting there, talking to the lady taking the blood or whatever, just having a conversation. And the guy, like, in the chair next to me is sweating bullets. He's completely pale. His wife is standing there, like, stroking his head, like, it's okay, honey. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And I kept kind of, like, looking over at him, like, is this dude all right? And the nurse leaned down and she's like, yes, some of these patients get like this. She's like, obviously you've been through this a lot. I was like, she goes, especially being a transplant. I was like, yeah. I was like, because I kept looking, I was like, is he going to pass out over there? He was almost on the verge of tears. I felt awful for the guy. I was like, especially if he was in there for any kind of procedure like that, he's going to have to get across that hill pretty quick. So
yeah.
But speaking of,
I was going to say something. If that's all right.
Go for it.
So in Japan, they draw blood every year, for the students and faculty and stuff. Yeah. And it was always funny because you'd have so many of the boys like freaking out about it and stuff. Like, like all the girls are like, well, whatever, just draw the blood and get it.
Yeah. For sure.
And I'd try to be like, come on, guys, what's the deal here? Just take the little bit of blood. It's not a big deal, guys. Like, but they would, I don't know, they would get really, really apprehensive about it.
You, speaking of tryptophobia, actually made me think of something that I have. And it's kind of like you in the sense of, I don't think disgust is the right word. It makes me very uncomfortable. I get really uncomfortable about very large things and empty spaces. And what I mean by that is
That's oddly specific.
It is. It is. Like a giant statue with nothing around it makes me uncomfortable. A skyscraper that's not surrounded by other skyscrapers makes me uncomfortable. The thought of like a blue whale in the ocean because it's a big, vast open space, that thought makes me really uncomfortable. Things in outer space, just it's a size scale thing, I think is what it is. And when it's by itself, the scale is so much more noticeable, I feel like. I'll go into museums and they'll have like giant displays, and I think they're super cool and I want to look at them, but I don't like to stand near them. I want to kind of like tend to stay back from them. It's just something about the size. It's just something about the size of it. I don't like it. I don't know if it's a fear of it tipping over or that, hey, this thing could crush me easily, or that's I've seen videos of like people have made horror movies with like giant walking people and stuff, and it's like incredibly unsettling for me. So there's just something about something that big, especially if it moves. If it moves, get me the hell away from it. I do not like when giant things move.
So you would not be the protagonist of Shadow of the Colossus.
No, I can watch it through a TV screen. That's fine. I could not do that. I would. She'd be asleep on the stone. And I'd be like,
"Sorry, babe, you're
for your luck. I'm out. I'm Audi 5000." So, yeah, that's a weird thing. But you bringing that up, it's not so much a fear as it makes me really uncomfortable. Like I'm not afraid to go up to it or anything, but I don't like being around it for long. And like I said, especially if it's moving, no, I'm not into that at all. So I don't like giant things that move. It's a very specific thing. I don't know what it is. So.
I heard you're on a planet that moves and spins at the same time.
You're not wrong, but I can't notice it, so it's fine. It doesn't bother me because I don't notice it.
Okay, fair enough.
So
interesting.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing.
Huh.
So, and I don't know where I get it from. It just makes me uncomfortable.
But does that translate into like a game or anything like that, like Shadow of the Colossus or like Doom, the newer iterations of Doom?
No, it doesn't really bother me if I'm removed enough from it. Most things don't bother me if I'm removed enough from it. It's when I'm like I said, if I'm, because you've seen some of like there's one I think of all the time. There's a statue in it used to be Leningrad. I forget what it's called now. They changed the name from Leningrad since the war, but there's a giant statue there of a woman with a sword or something, and just like the thought of it freaks me out. And like the giant Buddhas over in Asia, like that stuff.
What about Christ the Redeemer on the hill? Does that one?
Yeah, it's completely by itself. If it's surrounded by other things, it doesn't bother me as much. But it's when it's just by itself, it's like not a fan of that. So
what about something like the scale of like the Grand Canyon as that is?
So I can imagine.
Space, it shouldn't count.
Yeah, I can imagine it would freak me out, but I've never been there to know for sure. So
okay, because that's the scale of that is.
That's the thing is I have experience with like vertical things being high. I do not have any kind of experience with that kind of a chasm, so I don't really quite know. I can't picture it in my head like I can a big statue or a skyscraper or something because I've been around some of those, whereas I've never been anything like the Grand Canyon.
Taylor, have you been to the Grand Canyon?
I have not. No.
Me either. I feel like, is that something you do just driving by, or is there like something to do like stare at a hole?
My brother's been there. I mean, there's a lot of hiking trails. My brother's been there, and he's sent pictures before. That's what like the scale of it is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Just seeing it from the pictures and stuff. But other than hiking trails, I'm not certain there's much else to really do.
So I was talking to Gail about it because she visited it when her and Brianna were driving out to California one time. They took time to go to see it. And she said the scale is so immense and mind-blowing that it is worth just stopping and looking. She's like, I didn't know what to expect, and I was completely blown away by it. She's like, it was shocking. So I think it's at least worth it for that.
I'm sure it would be beautiful.
So
especially if you're like a geology nerd. You can see all the stratification of the different stones and stuff.
Graham, I have one for you because I don't think Taylor's been there. It was never a fear until I had kids. But you always hear about SIDS and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That damn baby monitor. If I didn't hear breathing, I was in that room 4 or 5 times a night, man. And I was so grateful for those kids had like 2, 3. I'm like, all right, I don't have to really worry anymore. But
well, and what was real hard for us is because after that period, our kids were still suffering seizures. So
not good.
They had to sleep in our room with us, and we like put their beds in our room for a couple years. So we still have cameras, and we still use a baby monitor to listen to them because they used to have them in the middle of the night. Now, it's been over 4 years for Chloe, and I think Maddie is just about at 4 years. So
nice.
The risk isn't near as high as it used to be, but there was definitely some PTSD from that.
Man, right?
The sound will get you. So,
and I had a buddy a couple years ago. He had a kid pass away from SIDS, and
it's scary.
I don't even know what to say to the guy.
No, there's nothing.
Say that happened to technically my uncle, my dad's older brother. He passed away from that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And yeah. So that, and like I removed, but I mean with siblings, because there's such a big age gap between me and my siblings, I vaguely recollect a lot of that, like in high school and stuff, because I think it was sophomore. My stepmom had to have an abortion, because if not, she would have died.
Mm-hmm.
And they went that route. But then she got pregnant again and had Sammy, and so it's always kind of like a concern, just to be like, oh hey, like, kid, all right, especially after that kind of instance, it's just like, oh, is everything okay, stuff. So
I get that.
Yeah.
I found having kids has made me fearful, a lot more fearful than I thought it would. I feel like I treat everybody I don't know like a threat now. You know what I mean? Just some person walking down the street, it could be an old lady, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you so close to my kids? Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So I found myself becoming pretty paranoid about stuff. I don't think it's super healthy.
Paranoid or cautious. I mean, you really do need to be careful.
For sure, yeah. Sometimes I'm afraid it does kind of dip a little more than I want.
To be kind of find the middle ground of that, right?
Yeah. I try not to be that way all the time.
I guess something else that kind of sets off my creepies: tornado or alarm sirens.
I love them. I pull them up on YouTube and listen to them.
And I'm the psycho.
Trust me. I know my own psychosis. It's fine. I'm aware.
I
at least pulled the knife out to, avenge somebody.
I just what about a tornado, a large tornado in a vast open space? Is that going to do it for you, or you can be too engrossed in the?
I think case I would be too engrossed. I think it's a little of both. Where I'm like, oh my god, but I'm also like, oh, but it's a tornado. It's super cool until it destroys and kills people. Then it's not so cool. So
I hate that sound so much. And what is it? Wednesday at noon, all throughout little small towns, it goes off. And just like, I do not like that sound at all.
It's right out of Silent Hill or that game Siren.
Yeah. I think the first Silent Hill had that in there. It's just, and I love that game. Like,
that's great.
Like that one's my favorite of the bunch. But like,
I think that's why I like it so much, is because it's been used so much in horror and stuff that when I hear it makes me think of like a horror game or a movie or something. I think that's why I like it so much, is the connection there. Plus, I grew up watching storms with my aunt, so.
But I liked storms and stuff, and I'd always go out when I could to watch different kind of storms out and about. But I don't know if maybe as a wee little lad when I was living down in Texas,
A wee
because
little lad.
a wee little lad. But from what I gather, a tornado had ripped through part of town. And my dad said that it looked like it just bounced off of the cars as it ripped through and stuff.
Huh, wow.
And maybe that's like something that's way buried in there, 1-2 years old or something that I just can't recall. But it just always like that. And my imagination kind of spins towards the like 1950s and 60s sci-fi stories of like, sure. Hey, like everything's nuclear holocaust. Okay, guys, it's over.
That for sure.
But the siren's still going, just like.
Yeah. Which you said 1950 sci-fi. I can't believe I forgot the most irrational fear I have, which Drew is keenly aware of. Aliens.
Aliens.
And to this day, I cannot explain why I have a fear of aliens. I don't even know if they exist. But aliens freak me out for some reason. And it's not like, so it's funny because Alien and Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time. But those like alien designs don't scare me at all. It's the little green and gray men that do it. That's the ones that scare me. Like the aliens you see in Close Encounter of the Third Kind, I'm like, nope, don't. They're out. And the guys are like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm like, no, get out of there. Run.
Did you ever see the movie The Fourth Kind?
Dude, I hate. Oh, yes, I hate that movie. I love it and hate it at the same time. Dude, that movie freaked me out so bad when I watched it. So it was funny. We were living in our apartment the first time I watched it. And we watched it at night. And we used to have to take the dog out and walk her to go to the bathroom because it was a condo. Or not a condo, it was an apartment. And Brittany's like, all right, I'm going to go walk the dog. And she's going out into the dark, into the night. And I'm sitting upstairs by myself on the couch in our apartment with all the lights on. And I was like, I think I'm going to go with her. Went down and walked the dog with her. I didn't want to be alone. And I was 20-something years old. That movie freaks me out.
Man,
and you know what I think it is? I think it's the helplessness
you'd be
that
powerless.
I perceive from that. You just would have no control over the situation at all, and it's terrifying.
Thinking about like the closest, like the closest habitable planet is so far away. If they're here, we have nothing for that.
No, we have no chance at all. No. So this isn't M. Night Shyamalan. Water's not going to kill them.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, the theory of, I love this theory about signs. It's not aliens. It's demons. And they talk about an ancient weapon found in the Middle East, the Jerusalem area. All that water, Christ was in and baptized people. John the Baptist baptized. So all that water was blessed. The little girl being born was a miracle, right? She drinks water. She sits down. That water is now blessed. And so that's just the whole idea is that it's alien. It's not aliens. It's demons.
That's a really...
That's why they weren't interested in the planet. They were interested in people. It was... I forget where I read all this, but I was like, oh my goodness, I got to watch the movie again. And it's a whole new mindset watching it, and I loved it.
I love that movie too. I absolutely love that movie.
It's one of his best.
It's been forever since I've seen that one.
What doesn't make sense to me, like I'm scared of aliens. I love watching alien movies. Love them. Like even ones with the little gray men. I just the other day watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The movie freaks me out, but I still watch it.
What about the greatest aliens movie ever, Mars Attacks?
Dude, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Can't we all just get along?
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
It's just I love reading about aliens. I love watching alien shows. Just there's something about them freak me out. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what's ruining it for me. You ready for this? Facebook and AI. I am so damn sick of hearing about 3-1A Atlas, whatever the hell it is. I'm sick of it. It's all bullshit. It's all like all this crap. I remember I used to be able to find real stories. It's over. Like Never
Oh,
trust
yeah,
any video you ever see anymore. It's all bullshit.
Nope.
And people
I
are
don't
like,
trust
"Oh, I heard
anything.
from a NASA guy." No, you fucking didn't. You heard from your stone neighbor Tom. Like, shut
Yeah,
up.
he read it on
You know?
Facebook. Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Like the
Yeah,
whole online.
it's the same energy I have about conspiracy theories altogether. It's like this ain't fun anymore. This is just
I love good conspiracy, but it's just we're too
it's all
far
dumb
now.
it's stupid.
It's not. Now it's just annoying. So
yeah, everybody's got an in.
All right.
All right.
Do we have any more?
No. No, but
I got it.
See, it turned
All right,
fun.
Taylor,
Okay, it
got?
wasn't depressing anymore.
I got one. I'll add here.
Okay, let's do it.
This one's going to be depressing.
Another no, it ain't just. This is another just kind of creeps me out. But the yeah, you aware of like the I don't know what the amulet's called, but it's like a Nareth or something. But the thing that's used to ward off the evil eye, or just the evil eye. Are you guys familiar? Not quite Sauron, but it's a very ancient.
Well, I know the evil eye myth is very, very old.
Yeah, just very ancient concept of like the evil eye to curse people and stuff like that. Yeah. And so people would wear these amulets that would ward off these curses and stuff. The just eye imagery in general creeps me out.
Okay.
It's a little unsettling to you get what is it Pan's Labyrinth with got the eyes in his hands and stuff like that. But just you draw an eyeball. It doesn't have to be some sort of really great, finely detailed. The fine one's probably less creepy, but just a very basic, just kind of
crude
eyeball.
Eye. Yeah.
I don't like it. No. It's especially if it's like in an abandoned house or building or something. You see shit like that. You're like, fucking, what the?
Yeah, for sure.
Take a hammer to it.
That's like finding baby dolls in abandoned places always freaks me out too. I do not like you come across a dump or an old house and there's a baby doll in it. I'm like, nope.
Well, and you know why that house is dilapidated? Because that possessed baby doll took over and destroyed the property. That's what happened.
Yeah. There's an island somewhere in Mexico, I think it is. A guy set it up, so it's not like a giant mystery. But he covered it in baby dolls, and they're like hanging from trees and all over the place.
Oh,
like Baby Doll Island, yeah.
Is it people? How big is that island? Like, could we drop a Moab on it and just be done with the whole island?
It's not super big. It's like a small island in a river in Mexico somewhere. A Moab is going to destroy it and just about everything around it.
That's what's needed for safety.
That's like, what's that one South American isle? It's like Snake Island, where there's snakes. With it's something ridiculous that it's within like a square foot that there's a snake. Like they're that's populated. It's like no, we ain't dealing with this.
That's one of Brittany's biggest fears is she cannot stand snakes at all. So I tell her all the time that she's got to be careful because one of them's going to crawl up the toilet, and she wants to kill me when I tell her that. Well, honey, she just said she's literally getting ready to go to the bathroom.
Look before you squat.
Yeah, careful of the toilet snake.
They come up the pipes. She's like, I'm just going to hold it.
Let's go back, be like a guy.
She does not like snakes at all. So
good.
But it's an interesting one, Taylor. I know people that have like big fears of things touching their eyes because it's such a vulnerable spot. But contacts got me over that pretty quick. So
yeah, I don't know where that comes from, but that is a bit unnerving to me, especially if I come across it in just a very like an unpopulated area. And it's just like, ugh.
Smart ass. She just asked if I talked about my fear of aliens.
Yeah.
She's aware. She knows what's up. So she's threatened me many times.
What if the alien? What if the snake is an alien?
Oh, that we're both in trouble. The whole family's dead.
Jared and I wanted to kidnap Graham for his bachelor party and dress up like aliens, and we decided his heart was too weak and didn't do it.
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yep.
So
I know Brittany would have been down, except for the fact that you might have died.
I would have died, most likely. Yeah, not great.
Yep.
All right, we want to move into our top 3.
Sure.
Yeesh.
So top 3 tonight is mine, and I was going to keep it in kind of in the same vein as Drew's topic. Tonight we're going to do top 3 scariest moments of your life, or most fearful moments that you've had in your life. I can go ahead and start. I decided not to use the transplant because that has got to be one of the top ones, was going in for the transplant. I feel like it's kind of cheating, and I use it for so much. So I try to steer away from that. But that is obviously one. These are in no real particular order. But my first one has been a couple times I've been driving. So there's been a few times that I've really been pretty scared while driving, but there's one that sticks out. Some of the smaller versions both of these are on 270, the outer belt in Columbus. One time I was driving in rush hour traffic to work, and cars in the lane in front of me started darting out from in front of me, and I had to slam my brakes on and come to a complete stop in rush hour. Everybody else was doing 70 miles an hour around me because there was a 10-foot ladder laying in the middle of the road. I had to get out of my car, people screaming and honking at me behind me, and throw the thing across 3 lanes to get it off the freeway. Another time was on 270 coming home one day, a truck sideswiped a car next to me and like 2 lanes over next to me and sent the car spinning in a circle and hit the wall behind me. And I just barely missed hitting it when it came across. The one that scared me the most, and it's because I was the closest I've been to dying in an accident, I would have to say, or a potential accident, is I was driving up 15 going to work, and it was really icy in the morning. And you guys would know this, where 15 runs into 61 by the flower place there. There's a stop sign. And so I was driving up there towards 61 to go to the freeway to get on. It's super icy out, and I'm going, and I start to brake to stop at the stop sign, and I look over and I see a semi hauling ass down 61. I'm hitting the brakes, but the road is so icy, my car's not slowing. And I'm judging the distance, judging the timing. I'm like, I'm not going to stop in time. I'm going to pull out into the road, and he's going to just sideswipe me, and it's going to be over. And at the last second, right as I was getting to the stop sign, I was like, it was getting very close. I was like, I have to get through this intersection first before he gets here. So instead of trying to stop, I just slammed on the gas and just shot through the intersection, running the stop sign in front of him. And it was pretty close. But thank God at the last second, I was like, it's going to be safer just to go through. And there was no other vehicles. I was like, it's going to be safer for me just to go through this intersection than it is to try to stop before it. And that scared the hell out of me. That was not fun at all. So it was one of those where it almost got like slow motion, where I was like, okay, what do I do here? You know, everything kind of froze. So that scared the hell out of me. That was a pretty scary one.
Yep. Taylor,
next.
Take it away. It's Taylor's
No,
turn.
I'm going next. Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Mine are. I don't know if I would say they're a little different because, like, when it comes to car troubles and stuff, I have that slow down. It's not really fearful to me. Like, everything just kind of slows down, and I'm like, okay, figure it out. And like up there on 23, passing through Marion to get to 75, I was passing a bunch of cars, and the front driver tire popped off because it just didn't want to be a part of the car anymore. And so, on 3 wheels, I'm guiding it over to the shoulder as, cars are passing by, and I'm watching the tire make concern. Please don't hit anybody else, please. But I wasn't like fearful. Like, I was just kind of like, okay, this is what we're doing right now. Like, so for me, one instance is I grew up close to Minerva Park, and before coming up there, I was in the Minerva Park area off of 3C Cleveland Avenue, Park Lane. That's where I was living at the middle school years of my life, and at the time there was a clearing where a lot of people would run dirt bikes and all sorts of stuff as they were getting ready to turn it into a neighborhood. It's just a rock throw from the Minerva Park golf course, kind of thing. I don't know if you. So,
I broke a golf club there.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's clearing. There was a time where my brother and I and somebody else, we were going through there. We pulled out the stakes that they were using to mark properties and stuff because we were using them as swords. We were like 12, 10, somewhere around there. And we start kind of pulling through trash, and my brother and Jeffrey, those two, they picked up something with the stakes and started running. And I hear them screaming something, and they're just going, "Stake, stake, stake!" And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And I picked up that same thing, and a copperhead hissed at me. I was like, "Oh shit, snake!" And so I ran off. However, I had the most ingenious idea to go, I'm going back to kill this copperhead snake. And I went back and killed a copperhead snake with a wooden stake.
Good God.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
He's just trying to live his life, Taylor.
You know, I feel like Taylor has a box of slain animals, and he's just borderline serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, in one hand, yeah, but then in the other hand, it's like, who else could have? This is before, really anybody had cell phones or anything. So had I got bit, going back to take care of
for
this
sure.
thing,
Yeah, it was not a smart idea.
I would have been dead.
You'd been able to get back at least. I mean, unless no.
It'd take about 30 to 45 minutes just to walk back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You might have died.
Yeah, that's not great.
And that's just
ideal.
to walk back to get, or to get help. The closest to get to, phone would have been at least probably about 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Nice young dumb decision. So.
Oh yeah, it was completely.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it all. You could have just left the thing alone.
Could have, yeah.
But
could have.
Yeah. Neither here nor there. So
I don't know exactly what was the whole impetus for it, other than, this is a poisonous snake that somebody else could have them get attacked by it. Okay. So it's like, well, I need to take care of this. So
I mean, natural selection, and you won, so you were naturally selected. So I'm gonna give one that's not a snake or a car accident, even though I think I have a car one but mine, I had a recurring dream that happened a handful of times in my life, and when they happen, it is the worst thing. I will get this dream where I'm exactly where I am. I'm in bed. I am vividly awake, and there is a force that holds me completely paralyzed. It is eerie, and I mean, like, I feel like I'm awake and just straight on my back, can't move. And so, I mean, my brain just says, find something you can move. So I'll just clue in on a finger, and I'll work it. I finally start to get it right. It's like you're breaking out. And once I get it, my hand, then boom, I sit up in bed, and I wake up, and I'm right back to being held completely freaking paralyzed. And I will have to fight through this thing 3 or 4 times till I can actually wake up. And then it's like, I'm good. I'm staying awake. Like, I'm not going back into that damn state.
Sounds like you're having sleep paralysis. I think you're having sleep paralysis.
Well, what the hell is that? I mean, I've never Googled it.
essentially that. You should look it up. It sounds like it's sleep paralysis, which is
Hasn't happened.
it's not common.
It probably will happen now, but it hadn't happened in a while.
Say it's not common per se, but a lot of people have experienced sleep paralysis
Man,
before. And
it's crazy.
So do you feel like you're awake or at least aware? You being awake, a lot of people describe it as.
I feel like I'm awake. I'm really not. Because
a lot of people.
I sit up.
That's what most people describe it as. Is they feel like they're awake. They believe they're awake, but they can't move, and they're in like this kind of weird dream state usually. Yeah, sleep paralysis. You should look it up. That's what it sounds like.
I promise you don't want it. If that is what it is,
don't sound good.
I have no desire to do it.
Yeah, you wake up and you're like, nope, I'm just not going back to sleep. Then I'll just stay awake. Man, that's safer.
Yeah, that's wild.
Ugh.
Yeah, none of that. Yeah, look it up and see if it describes what you're experiencing, because it's like I said, it's a pretty well-known phenomenon kind of deal. So,
gotcha.
But that's what it makes me think of. Just you describing it. That's people experience it a lot when they feel like they'll also have visions of figures in the room when they have it too. It's another thing that happens with it is they'll see something in the room with them.
I'd say I feel a presence. I've never seen anything, but you feel like I feel like I'm being held, right? It's what it more or less feels like.
People say it feels like someone's sitting on your chest or something like that. So, or laying on you to where you can't get up. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. So
that'd drive me absolutely crazy.
It's not fun.
I joke with some people that I must have been a thief in a previous life because I'm missing the ear, and then any sort of restraint sets me off.
You were talking about that. It's funny. We were talking about it in the one episode, and it happened to me this morning. I was walking past one of my doors, and my pant pocket got caught on it, and I was like, don't be Taylor. Relax. Don't be Taylor.
That happened to me yesterday. My jeans, my belt loop on my jeans caught a door handle going into the bathroom. It pisses me off.
Oh yeah. That's the same thing that happened to me. Do you guys ever fall in your sleep?
No, if I did, I'd piss my pants. I promise you, I would piss my pants on a bell.
I've fallen. I've tripped. Every time it happens, it jerks me right out of sleep. Like I jerk hard, really hard.
You heard it there, Drew. He's jerking hard in his sleep.
Hard in bed.
Oh boy. I was to say I haven't not had a falling dream since I was younger.
Yeah, and when I did, I'd piss my pants. So
I wouldn't piss my pants, but I would like kind of rattle awake.
Yeah, you'll
or something. But yeah.
Flinch. Kind of flinch awake. It's usually what.
Oh no, you were jerking hard. Don't worry, we got you.
We're gonna reform the narrative here.
No.
When it normally happens is right when I'm in that state where you're kind of awake but not totally asleep. You're starting to maybe feel dreams a little bit.
And you kind of,
yeah, I'll feel it then. It'll happen then sometimes. So. All right. Let me go on to my next.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is I was pretty little when this happened. I want to say I was like 4 or 5, I want to say. I was pretty young. You know those butane heaters that used to be much more popular in houses? The ones that had like the metal grate shield around them or whatever? My aunt and uncle had one, and they would use it to heat one room of their house during the winter. And my aunt had gone outside to do something, and it was me and my cousin Brianna. I think this was before Cheyenne was born, or she was a baby, one of the two. And while she was outside, we were sitting watching TV, and Brianna got up and toddled over and put her hands on that heater. And it was so hot, her hand essentially grafted to that heater, and she couldn't get it off. And she started shrieking and screaming, and I'm in a complete total panic, running around trying to find Gail or somebody that's an adult. And we ended up having to take her to the hospital, and she still to this day, because they had to do skin grafts off of her leg to cover the scars. To this day, she said she'll still get hairs that grow on her fingers from pulled the skin off of her leg. So I remember that being a very terrifying and
No
honestly kind of
shit.
traumatizing experience. It was all because I also felt responsible too because I was the
Like,
older one there.
I mean,
I
I
was
do blame you. I do.
for sure,
that's
So
it. Yeah. How old were you?
as you should. But I was very young, so even my aunt later on was like, "I should not have left you guys in that room with that heater running
Define
by
very young.
yourselves." I was like 4 or 5.
I was
Okay.
waiting
Well,
for
no,
like
I
17.
was
5 or
curious.
6.
Like, you mean like 4? Do you mean 6, 7, 8?
It was
Hmm.
Brianna was old enough to start kind of toddling around.
Yeah.
And I want to say she's 3 years younger than me. I could be wrong there, but I think she's 3 years younger than me. So
Mhm.
yeah, I probably would have been 4 or 5. So
Okay.
yeah, it was fucking terrifying. I was not a fan of it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah, because I think I would have been 6. I think 6, maybe 7 at the oldest. I think. My mom had like a severe either panic or asthma attack or something before school,
mhm.
and she's like hyperventilating and freaking out. And so I'm like, oh, I need to call 911 because I don't know what's going on with your mom.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, and then I remember the teacher going, Taylor did a very brave thing. And I was like, I just called 911.
Yeah, I
didn't
just
do
called
anything.
the
Like, I
the
don't
police.
know what you're.
It's
But I can only imagine, especially with something a
I
lot more physically severe.
she was right there and she was losing her mind,
Yeah.
understandably. I mean, I'm sure
Right. Oh
I
yeah.
can't imagine how bad that hurt, and I'm just like, what the? I was just losing my mind as well, trying to find
Right.
somebody and figure out what was going on. So yeah, that's definitely up there. So
Mm.
to be transparent, it was between that one and the other one I had originally before one of you mentioned something that made me think of it was the time I fell off the hay wagon, stacking hay. I was probably early teens when this happened. I used to help my uncle bale hay, and I was finishing a wagon out by myself and getting towards the corner and trying to stack up above me. And my aunt was driving the tractor, and I threw a bale up, and it came down, and 3 more toppled on me and knocked me off the wagon while I was running. The problem is, it didn't knock me off the side; it knocked me in front of the wagon, and I fell right in front of the wagon tire. Luckily, she heard it or saw it out of the corner of her eye or something, and she turned around right away and saw me on the ground and was able to stop it before it got to me. But I remember laying there like, oh my God, this wagon's going to roll right over me. So, but I figured.
Ground, please be soft. Ground, please be
Yes,
soft. Just squish
it
me into the
wasn't.
ground. Just squish me into the ground.
It wasn't. But I think the Brianna burning her hands moment was a lot scarier than that. That moment happened so fast. It was more of a looking back, like that could have been really bad. More memory than anything. So now that I cheated it a little, we can move on to the next one.
So I might have mentioned one before. Did I talk about nearly freezing to death? Did I recount that story?
I don't
If
think so.
if you did, I don't remember it.
Yeah, same
Okay.
here.
All right. Well, around the same time as the snake incident, my brother and Jeffrey, they wanted to go buy Pokemon cards, and the closest
One
place was
does.
that Park Lane's bowling alley strip mall. That was like 2.5 miles away or something. And we walked there in the middle of January. And, we go through the clearing, go through all this stuff, and then, getting over to this card shop, only to find that it is closed. And, yeah, because it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's good to know.
They closed on that day. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense. We didn't have school and stuff, and so we march back. And as we are marching back, we have to cross over this creek that we'd crossed before. So we're crossing over it, and Jeffrey gets across, and the ice breaks on my brother and I, and so we fall into the water. And so I get Cody out, and Jeffrey helps pull him out into the bank. And then the water or the ice breaks on me like 2 or 3 more times as I try to get up.
Yeah,
It
lift
snaps
yourself
and
out.
breaks,
Yeah.
and I submerge. And we're like 2 miles away from home, and it's like 18 degrees out.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so we it wasn't like, it was just kind of like a knuckle up and go. Like there was no, I was much more worried about for my brother because he's,
Yeah.
I'm what, maybe 13 or something. So he's like 7, maybe 8
Yeah.
at the time. And so we are, I'm trying my best to try to keep him warm and, tell him like, move your digits and your fingers and toes and stuff. And Jeffrey, he's between our ages. He's got a lighter. And so we're like trying to like warm ourselves up with this little tiny flame and stuff. And we get to, when we get through the clearing and everything, and my brother's freaking out because this is where it was probably like about a 30 or 40-foot drop of old like train tracks to down into the creek and everything. And I'm telling him, like, Cody, we cannot spend 15-20 minutes going down to get back up when it can take us 5 to get across. We don't have the time for this. And so, how it worked is that there's the 2 and then the 1, and like if you're standing on it, it probably goes maybe like, from what I recall, 2 or 3 inches above the ankle as you can shuffle across. So like Jeffrey's up front, Cody's in the middle, I'm in the back holding him, trying to like usher him across this train track so we can get to the other side to like run down the path to finally get home and stuff, which was still another like 20 minutes or so. So we were out in that for like about an hour and something. Didn't lose any of our extremities there. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's not fun.
Did
it wasn't
a hot shower when you got back, or?
Well, no, you don't want to do that though, because you want to, if anything, you want to have it like room temperature and then incrementally
warm it up.
Yeah, you're like I just remember taking everything off and going, oh, thank God, I still feel things after all this time.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it was. But it's not like I was necessarily fearful. It was just more like I just became really focused. I'm like, okay, either I'm losing some things here, all right, whatever. But I would imagine, that was probably like that was a pretty dire situation there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, falling into a river in 18 degrees in January is usually not ideal, especially.
I don't recommend it.
So
yep,
not on the to-do list.
No.
All right. Well, my second was we physically lost a child. We're all at the house. I think Kaylin. If Kaylin's alive, she's like.
I was thinking of something else there.
No.
They're all. I was like, what?
Like, we just didn't know where they were, right? So
yeah, I get you now.
Kaylin's too little to be lost. Julia's up in her room, and Dean's with her. I don't even know what the hell the wife and I are doing. And Julia comes down. She's, where's Dean? I'm like, what do you mean, where's Dean? He was up here. He's not here. And we're like, oh, he's somewhere. So we get up and we check his room. He's not there. We check our room. He's not there. We're screaming after him. We check every room in the house, every closet in the house. We're in the garage. All we know is the front door's unlocked. And I mean, dude, at this point, like, we're 7-8 minutes into a search in the house. It doesn't take 8 minutes to go through your house, right? And oh shit, Julia, she's at the top of the stairs. I mean, snot tears like this, man. You gotta find him. And like, dude, we're running down the street screaming. Nothing, dude. It's like, what the fuck just happened, right? So, where's the last place he was? So I go into Julia's room and I sit down on her fucking bed and I get kicked in the butt. Dean's in her fucking bed under the covers, passed the fuck out, like gone to the world, and I'm like, no, this is not. So I turn. I'm the only one upstairs. I turn over and I pull the sheet back and. It's just flat out, and I'm like, everybody calm down. I found him. Like,
Good Lord.
The one place we didn't look, because Julia was in her bedroom the whole time. Like, so the whole neighborhood heard me screaming, shouting for a child. My heart sunk. I mean, and he's just asleep a foot and a half away from the girl that lost him. So
I mean, yeah, thank God that's all it was, but I can't imagine that panic of like this is not happening. You know what I mean? This cannot be happening. Is the only thing I could think, and because like years ago I wasn't there this trip, but my aunt and them went down to Disney World and they lost Cheyenne down in Disney World for a little while, and she was like, she's like, it scared the hell out of me. She's like, I don't think I've been through. She's like, I don't think I've ever experienced that kind of panic. So, well, maybe when Brianna burned her hands, she probably felt some serious panic there.
Yep.
So,
as I say, that happened with my, aforementioned Cody. I'm trying to think of how old he was. He got out of the house. I was at school, but I guess he got out of the house and then ran to the police department, which was like 4 or 5 buildings down, in a diaper. As one of my mom's friends was babysitting him because she was at work and stuff.
Shit.
Whoops.
what the hell is with the Trussler family?
Oh, wait, what do you mean? We just run out in diapers and be maniacs.
Yeah, a house full of psychos. Good God.
I mean, when you are the wild children.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, last one. So this is, I'm going to cheat a little again. This is actually heart related, and I know, what a piece of shit.
How dare you?
So it wasn't the most, looking back on it, it was not the most dire of situations. It wasn't a great situation, but it was not the most dire of situations. It's just I had never experienced anything like it before. So before I had I want to say it was the pacemaker or something, I forget what. I had gained some weight and was feeling very bloated and having a hard time sleeping at night. And I thought I was just getting fat. I was like, I gotta watch what I'm eating, whatever. And so I was working down in Canal Winchester, and I'm like, I'm going to start going and walking on my lunch break instead of getting lunch. I'm gonna go to a park nearby here and walk. So I get to this park and I set my phone in my car, leave my phone in my car, and go on this walk. And it's literally a mile down and a mile back. I was so bloated and felt so bad. I almost could not get back to the car, but I forced myself back, into the car, drive to the office, finish my day and go home. The next day I get up and go into the office, and I'm walking from my car across the parking lot into the office, and I'm out of breath. I get to the office and I'm like really heavy breathing or whatever. And I walk in and everybody's like, is everything okay? You look awful. It's like, well, what do you mean? They're like, you're like super gray and ashy. And they're like, is everything all right? I was like, I don't know. I feel really out of breath. I think I'm just getting fat or whatever. So I go, they're like, you need to go home. You can't stay here. You need to go home and talk to your wife or whatever. So I go home. Brittany's there. I think she was still when she was home with the kids or something. And I get home and she's like, yeah, you look terrible. Let's go to the ER. Go to the ER. Turns out I was at heart failure and I did not recognize the signs because normally when someone is heart failure, they have swelling in their ankles. That's how you tell is your ankles swell up real bad, which I've had happen since I had the new transplant. Because my heart was essentially operating backwards, it wouldn't settle in my ankles. It was settling right here in my stomach, right under my diaphragm, which was making me feel like I was gaining weight and not bloating because of water retention. So I go to the ER here in Delaware. They're like, you should have gone to Children's, you idiot. You shouldn't have come here, because that was my cardiologist at the time. They sent me on an ambulance down there. So I get down there and they do IV Lasix, which is a diuretic. You pee all that fluid off. They hammered me with diuretics. I mean, I've never peed so much in the space of 30 minutes of my life. It was every 2 seconds I was in that bathroom. So Brittany's down there with me, and they're like, we're going to keep you overnight to watch you, to make sure everything's all right. I'm like, okay. So Brittany, I was like, go home. You don't have to stay here. I'm under control. Everything's fine. So she leaves, and I get up out of the bed to start changing into my pajamas, and I bend over. And when I bend over, I felt like a cold wave just crashed all over me. I got incredibly lightheaded and almost fell down, and my eyes went cross-eyed. And I could not get them to uncross. So I sit back down, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't see anything. My eyes are crossed. I feel like I'm going to pass out right here. Hit the nurse call button. Turns out they drew too much fluid off of me, and I was incredibly dehydrated at that point. And it took another 20 minutes for them to put liquid IV on me and get liquids back in me before my eyes finally uncrossed. And I just sat there for 20 minutes, like completely out of the world, eyes, can't see anything. Is this normal? Is this okay? They're like, look, just let's get some fluid in, we'll go from there. That scared the hell out of me.
Just stop asking questions. Just let the moment pass.
If you can't see, just close your eyes. You're fine. But
everything's fine. Sign right here. You don't see what you're signing. Just sign right here.
I'll guide your hand. Yes. So looking back, it wasn't the end of the world. I was just dehydrated. I was in a hospital, the best place you can be for it. But at the time, it scared the hell out of me because I bent over and everything just went. Whoosh. And I stood up expecting like, okay, well, I'm going to stand up because I get lightheaded when I bend over still a lot, but it goes away after a few seconds. I stood up and it didn't go away and my eyes would not uncross. And literally 3, 4, 5 minutes later, standing there talking to the nurse, what's happening, and
I'd have paid to see
scared
that.
The shit out of me.
I'd have slapped your eyes straight. That's what I'd have done. Just slap the shit out of you.
What's funny was it was 30 minutes after Brittany left, so she was already pretty much home. And I called her. I was like, "Hey, this just happened." She's like, "Are you serious? I just left." It was hilarious.
That's great.
She's like, "You told me you were fine." I was like, "I thought I was." Sorry. So yeah. That was a pretty terrifying time just because I'd never experienced anything like that before. So
Jesus, your heart saga is just we could talk about that for weeks.
Seriously,
the gift that keeps on giving.
At your heart's peak of uselessness, what was its on a percentage scale? How bad was it? Like it was. I remember being like really piss poor.
I think it was like 17%.
I remember teens.
And I think
teens.
I think the normal heart is around 70, and like when it was really bad, I think it was around 17 or 14. They're like, look, you're healthy enough that you're not dying actively, but you're sick enough we can absolutely list you for a transplant. They're like, you need one. I was like, all right. I couldn't mow the lawn, that kind of stuff. So it was pretty rough. But the thing was, I had a resting heart rate of 60. And I asked the doctor, I was like, isn't that great? And she's like, yeah, if you're Lance Armstrong, you're not Lance Armstrong.
Let's start blood doping.
I was like, really? She goes, yeah, for you, that's awful. That's not good at all. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, no.
So now my resting heart rate's around 110 because transplant patients tend to have faster heart rates. So.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yep. Great. Just wears it out faster. Awesome. So
just take it slow,
yeah.
buddy. Take it slow.
Trust me, I'm doing it all the time. That's my third one.
Keep it
is
southernly pace.
That was my third one is the time I got really dehydrated.
Yep. It's great.
To sum it up.
Gracious.
Hey.
All right. The last one I got here is I was in third grade, sitting in class.
These are all from when you're a psycho child, you know.
This is probably why I don't really get scared much of anything. I'm like, okay, whatever.
They're all
just
from your
the old
psycho
dog on the
child
porch.
days.
You're gonna shoot me, just fucking shoot me. Like, it's just so. But no, I was in third grade, and one of the I don't remember who it might have been, like the vice principal or something, or the principal came in
and told me right in front of all the kids and everything, basically that, hey, your mom, dad, and your brother were in a horrific car accident, and pretty much kind of insinuated they might have died.
That's
So,
incredibly horrible thing to do. That's awful.
Yeah, so I am in, let's see, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third. So I would have been 8 years old.
Yeah.
And my brain turns into, okay, I have no family. What do I do now?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And so what ended up happening, there's a roundabout close to that area now. The accident happened on 3C in between Sunbury and Marengo.
Okay.
And I guess a semi drifted left of center, and my mom drove off into a big old shrubbery bush or something. Anyway, my dad ended up being all right, but they were divorced at this point, and I don't know. I think he had asked her to drive him somewhere or something, but they wouldn't allow him custody of me or anything. He wasn't allowed to be around. And my mom broke her neck, like broke a bone in her neck, and my brother got a bump on his noggin or something. And my dad, I guess his hand imprinted into the dash like about an inch or so, but he, I guess, walked away fine other than that.
Oh, there you go.
Because he was saying he said that the EMTs and stuff were asking for the third person. He's like, I'm the third person. They're like, what? He's like, yeah, I just walked away fine.
Good Lord.
But I was my uncle. He was a state highway patrol officer. I guess he ended up going onto the scene, and he thought somebody had died too from how bad it looked and stuff. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I had that sheer panic. I remember crying. I got told that, and I started crying on one of the classmates' shoulders and stuff because I was
which is understandable.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, 8 years old, and then so yeah,
18 years old, and you're told your family's dead. Yeah, I think that's pretty okay.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
No matter what that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I could tell you how Taylor would have ended up, right? He would be like, you ever see the movie with Carl Urban, Pete's Dragon, the newer movie? He'd be that boy in the woods just killing shit, hanging out with a dragon, savage as hell.
Just a wild
child. Yeah.
That would have been the feral. No, see, here's the thing though. No, because I stayed with my aunt and uncle for a week or two, I think. And this is the uncle who's a state highway patrol officer and stuff. They probably would have helped guide me a little bit better.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I probably would have been a lot less psycho.
It's just the way the principal said it made me think of the Simpsons episode where it's like, Taylor, I'm sorry, your parents have been pronounced dead. And then like 20 minutes later, oh, never mind, they were upgraded to a better hospital and they've been pronounced to be actually alive. That's our bad. Whoops.
Yeah.
Who the hell does
it's
that?
just like
especially in a class.
Yeah, they just they might have taken me. I don't remember being taken out of the class. Yeah, I think they just dropped
pull
it
them
on
into
me there.
You pull you into an office somewhere and have that discussion with a counselor.
Right. Well, but the thing is that like how big Walnut's elementary school was, and maybe a lot of other elementary schools. I only remember Big Walnuts to a degree. It was a little bit more open, so there's more partitions that blocked off rooms and stuff. So they could have pulled me out, but like still right there and just said it, and then just shoveled me back off to the class or something.
Because that's what you do.
With deal with you. Yeah. Who just lost their whole family? Yeah. So
or feels like they've lost. I mean, like it's 30 years since, so me thinking on it exactly what was said, but the definite energy I remember is thinking, oh, they are gone, kind of thing. So,
well, look how much happy you were when you found out they were all alive. So
yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, I remember. Well, I remember when I first got to see my mom after all that
I remember crying and running to her because she's in her chair and she's got this big old neck brace on. She's like, "Oh, Taylor," I'm gonna run and cry.
Oh man,
Should laugh at that, but
wow, it's funny.
No.
It's not funny, but we
yeah,
can
it's
laugh
not funny,
about
but
it
it's
now, right? We can laugh
Right,
about it
right,
now.
right.
Everybody's healed up. Everybody's fine. It's cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that would certainly, like I said, it's not so much. Maybe it's more psychological fear or something, but it is just kind
No,
of.
that's a terrifying
I
moment.
think
I don't think
I
that.
think that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, I think it's a great one
As
for this list.
as a 42-year-old man, if I got a call that my parents were in a horrific car accident, I would just be just as broken. So,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
horrible no matter what. Shoot. All right. Well, my third one is also going to involve a traffic accident. I was driving to one of the schools, Adamsville, Frazeysburg, or Dresden, out in Nowheresville, Ohio.
I go there all the time.
Yeah, it's snowy. It's miserable. I'm getting decently close to the end of the voyage, and there's this giant, white van in front of me. I probably made a joke that was full of candy and kids, and my mom calls. Hey, hon, how you doing? Oh, yeah, just driving out here, Mom. It's long ass drive, and we're going over an overpass, and the van just starts to swerve really bad. I'm like, this is just getting worse. And then I'm like watching, like, holy shit, these things are amazing at staying upright, because I'm like, there's no, how was this fantastic suspension on these giant vans until it didn't. And the van, it gets sort of off this icy bridge and hits a little bit of dirt with one of the tires, and it just starts tumbling.
Rolls.
There's ladders flying everywhere, like doors are swinging open and slamming shut, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to stop. And it's freezing cold, it's miserable. I'm trying to hit the brakes now, I'm swerving. All right, you're gonna have to get off the brakes. So I got off and it started to stabilize, and I was just like, all right, slowly. Like, Mom, I've got to go. Someone's probably dead. And she's just like, wah, 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 wah. So I hang up, and dude, I finally get pulled over, and now I got to run back like a good 100 yards in the snow and ice, and I'm hauling ass back, and she keeps fucking calling me. I'm trying to call 911, and this is a flip phone, right? Yeah, this isn't easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
So, you're flipping it up, and I'm like, 911, Mom, I have to call 911. So I get on the phone with 911 right when I get up to the van, and I'm trying to describe where we're at. I'm like, I'm on this road. I just passed this exit, blah, 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 blah. The van just... And he's like, all right, sir, just try to stay on the line. I was like, I'm going to try to help these guys, see if they're okay. So he's like, all right. So I put my phone in my pocket right when the back door starts kind of moving. So I help open. It's on its side. So I help open the back door, and two of the guys come out. They're like, yeah, one's still up front. And I'm like, holy shit, were these guys in the back? And it's a painter's van. So we take one of the ladders and we just prop it up against the van. I get up on top. I open up the door, and I can't pull the dude out. So I'm just like, dude, just can you move? He said, yeah. I was like, kick out the windshield. So he kicks out the windshield, and we go down and help him get out, and he's like got blood coming all over his arm, and I was like, shit. Oh, yeah. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna run back to the car. I'll be right back. So I run over to my car, and I come back with a rag. It was a golf towel. Thank God I had golf towels, and we tied it off, and I was like, put my coat over him. It's like, all right, y'all just get in the back of my my work van. Had the heat going and shit. So while all this is happening, another car is going to stop and help the situation. She loses control, and she smashes into the median. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, guys, here's a key. Go get my van. Stay warm, because I was afraid the dude was going to go into shock. So now I have to cross this fucking intersection on the freeway. Not a whole lot of cars, right? And I get to her, and I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? She's like, no. She's like, I'm a nurse. My back is broken. I was like, we got another one.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's a nurse. She's broken her back. She can't get out of the car. Like, It's not on fire or anything. He's like, all right, can you just stay with us? Yeah. So I'm just like, what the fuck, man? It's about 15 minutes later, an ambulance shows up, and I'm going back between her and the guys. You know, they're generally good, so I'm just talking with her. And the fucking guy shows up. I give a statement, and I'm like, is it okay if I go? Because my boss is called for like the last 45 minutes to an hour. And so if they're like, yeah, you're good. And I was like, yeah, this is my info. They never called me back, but I'm driving to the job, and I'm like, hey, Bruce, Drew, where the hell are you at? They're asking where you're at. I was like, there was a really bad car accident, and this is the story. And I remember getting to the job, and everybody's bitching about where the fucking painters are at. I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
They're not coming in today.
They're at the hospital right now.
Like, yeah, I know where they're at. But it was just, I've never had to just go between all these other things, and I don't
That's
really
pretty
ever
wild.
want to again.
No,
But it was
no,
pretty,
no.
it's pretty trippy. Good times.
Sounds like you
Had
handled
them.
it well, though. Yeah,
I was gonna say, did you
sounds
just kind
like
of
you
turn
handled
into
well.
like a autopilot focus mode with it
So,
there? Would you say?
You know, I'm not. Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, I always, you know, you're always curious. How will you be in an emergency situation, right? I always seem to just go to just focus. There's a task. I get very task oriented. You know, I was chilling at the house several years ago with Megan, and I heard a gunshot, and you know, we're like, oh shit. So I mean, most people, you know, call 911 or just it's probably just something stupid. I'm like, let me grab the gun and go find out what's happening. So
Right.
you know, I'm outside in slippers, a pair of shorts, just an undershirt or no shirt with a 45 millimeter, and across the street, man, there a dude's truck is smoking, and it kind of smelled like fireworks. So like someone had just thrown a firework under the truck, and that's probably what it was. But you know, my neighbor and I, we're pounding on the dude's door trying to make sure they're okay at 1 something in the morning with a gun. He had a gun too, so Texas.
Well, it's Texas.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
you're gonna be
Texas.
fine.
So-
If I didn't have a gun, that would be freaking weird, right?
yeah,
but
the dog has a gun, so
Yeah,
everybody was
but I mean,
packing.
it seems like whenever something pops up, I go to help mode, and it's very task oriented. So I don't want to be on a boat with sinks, though. I don't want to deal with that.
I feel like that's what's going to get you through. Is if you're trying to take in this whole thing, that's when you're going to start panicking. It's when you can really, like Taylor's saying, focus in on, okay, we have to do this, then we have to do this, then,
Yep.
and you're
Or
just
get across
tearing
the
the
bridge. You can't. No hill. Nope. We got to save time. We got to stay warm.
Yep.
Right, yeah, it's just kind
when
of
you're
blah, blah,
trying
blah.
to do everything, that's when I think that panic can kick in, because it's like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. But if you start tearing it apart to this, and this, that's when you're going to be able to get through it. You got to be able to deconstruct it into a series of tasks. So
That's my focus. So, but that's it for me.
it's a pretty crazy one.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yep. Ohio. Shitty roads, winter. Guys,
it's not great.
the lesson there on overpasses, take it easy, especially when it's cold. They freeze before the roads do.
Absolutely.
On your
All right.
270, on your 270, I almost ran over a rolled up chain link fence on that
Yeah, dude,
trap of a damn road. What is it about that road?
Yeah, 270 is Wild West. I don't know. It's crazy. So I've had so many incidents on 270. I avoid it when I can now. So, and I'm guilty of it too. Everybody drives about 90 to 100 miles on it at all times. Well, you have a group of people doing that, and you have a group of people that want to drive 45 on it.
You're
So
just
it's just a
safely going
nightmare.
with the flow of traffic. There's,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just
all I'm saying.
flowing with traffic, flowing
was-
through traffic.
The what was it? It was a couple weeks ago. I was coming back from somewhere in Columbus, and I threaded the needle between two semis, and one of the semis wanted to try to drift over into. I'm like, no, I'm gonna floor it here. No. Not about to be sandwiched by these two.
I've slipped the gap before a couple times on two semis that were getting close, and it's like
Yeah.
I can thread that needle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can
It's
get through
fun.
there.
It's fun.
Until it's not, and then
Oh yeah, until they start drifting, and you're like, no, dude.
yeah, and you're dead. So, because I'm going to lose that fight 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think my little car is gonna.
Now, all right, guys. I think good spot to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. Sound good?
I love it.
All right. Little plug, little for the future. The Drew is coming up around Thanksgiving, and I believe we're going to do it Wednesday the 26th. We are actually going to do a live stream in person from his parents' place. So we'll all be together for the first time
Oh
in the
boy.
podcast. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think it is. It's going to be a blast. So we're planning on doing that November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. So be sure to tune into that. Check that out. Looks to be a good episode. And please check out all our social media links down below in the description. And we can see you next week.
Peace.
All right. See ya.
See yous. Toodles.